Hello everyone, VO here. Welcome to my channel. I decided to record this video to go over how I organize my library currently and how I plan for my sets. So on my screen you see Rekordbox and I'm under performance tab, and I'll show you. We're going to go to the export section first so we can take a look and see how my library looks like. So here are all my playlists, or I have them organized by set mostly, and also my YouTube sets that I'm going to record. And I have folders for the major um, kind of genres that I play. So let me minimize everything so you can take a look and see. So these ones are my Apple Music playlists, everything that I have on my Apple Music, the type of songs and playlists and all that stuff. So we don't need to take a look at that. But in general, we're going to look at these top folders. So I have my top 5 of the week, each week of the month. So I pretty much delete once I record them. I have my big folder of Afro House, which in here I have it broken down by mood. So like the chill vibe Afro House, the mid kind of like more hyped up Afro House with some Afro Tech in there. I have some of the popular remixes. I have some bootleg remixes. My Sunset series is also more chill vibe. So I know how it works. I have the general folder. This is the oldest folder that I have. It's just like generic Afro House. And I have the ones that I've downloaded from DJ City in 2025. I have the 2025 Afro House. These ones are from my Spotify kind of playlist that I've kind of got over time. And I also have my Afro House 2026. Now, these ones are very generic playlists, so I feel like I can do a better job in organizing them by like energy level, which is kind of what I do. But if you are new and you don't know like how I have them organized, other than maybe chill and the years and stuff like that, you wouldn't be able to tell. So that's something that I'm looking to do moving forward. I have my piano folder. I have like the generic my piano songs that I have. I also have the ones from DJ City, the remixes that I really like. I have my Brazilian funk playlist, such and so on. So I have for like opening. So this is more like what I was saying about Afro House with Brazilian funk, because it varies on like BPM consistently. You can go from like 115 to like 175. It's pretty wild. So I have my opening funk, which is more chill, more light. We're talking about like 130, 125, 130, 135 BPM, even like depending on like we could get all the way up to 160, but more chill vibes. The closing one is like crazy wild 160 BPMs, like high energy. And then this one is Cachorrada is like, it's like you got to break it down. It's going to be crazy type of scenario. And I also have this new funk light, which is also even more chill than the opening funk. Um, every time I'm going to record a set, I have my YouTube sets folder where I put all my YouTube um, kind of playlists. Maybe with the exception of this a cappella, I have to move it over here. Yeah, everything else though, like from funk, my piano, house, like black coffee vibes, stuff like that. My latest one that I want to focus on is this one that I just recorded this one, and it's now available on YouTube. The one that I will be recording next is this one, Afro House, Afro Tech 2026. So, and then the rest are kind of like the random playlists that I have that like I mentioned, I have to do a better job organizing that as well. So, um, once you, I mean, for you, before you get to this level where you organize and you're gonna play YouTube sets, you really have to listen to music like consistently, identify what goes well with what, and that's what we're gonna talk about next. So with this Afro House Afro Tech 2026 playlist, I will be putting that. I'll be recording this pretty soon. Hopefully maybe next week. It depends. You know what? I'm not gonna talk about that one because I have some bangers that I don't want you all to Google before you listen to this mix on my YouTube channel. So we're gonna focus on the one that I recorded already, and this is the tropical house mix. It kind of has a huge focus on Brazilian Latin vibes. So with this one, I have 12 songs that I identified that will go well together. Before we want to look at the BPM. So this playlist ranges from 120 to 126. Now, this is a great range for Afro House. Usually, you're playing around 124, 125. It depends on like the type of vibe you're playing. For me, I tend to be on the 124, 123, depending on the vibe. If it's more upbeat, we're gonna go a little bit higher with the Afro House mid. If it's more chill, like this one, tropical, I want to stay around 123 BPM. So, um, the fact that I have one that is 126, that means that when I'm DJing, I'm gonna go down from 126 BPM to 123. And what I like about this range in Afro House, it makes it a lot easier to play, is that I can play the entire set on the same BPM. This entire set, I played it on 123. Usually, you don't want to go over 3 BPM or under 3, because it kind of messes up with the key, and I'll show you that here in a second. So this is the I identified the songs that I wanted to play. A lot of like Latin Brazilian songs, some like quick Afro here and there, just to kind of mix and match and have a good vibe. After we look at the keys here, not the keys, excuse me. Once we look at the BPM, the next thing that I'm looking at is the keys. I also like to organize my playlists or my sets based on keys. I want to make sure that they're not clashing too much, especially because, as a newer DJ, you want to make sure that your transitions are smoother. If you mess up, people are not going to notice that much. Mixing by keys is very important in that sense that it just flows well together. And I have my keys showing this way with the Camelot wheel, which basically go from like 1 to 12, A, B, and you kind of go from there, right? So you have 1A, 1B, you have 2A, 2B, you have 3A, 3B, such and all the way up to 12. And the way it works in a Camelot wheel is that, for me, I like to go maybe 2 max up, and that's what you can see here on this playlist. But if you mix the same keys, so if the next song was 1A also, it would be great. If the next song was even 1B, that would be also fine. 2A, also great, right? So ideally, so the 1A can mix with one above with the same A key, or the same number with the B key. So I think I'm going to record a different video here shortly just to kind of go over the Camelot wheel and why it matters and how I organize my set in the way that I do. So as you can see here, I was going about 2, jumping 2, and the entire set was on like that A key. So I didn't have any B's here. That would clash a little bit harder. And it goes from 1, 3, 5, 6, 8, 11, right? With the exception from 8 to 11, that was like a big jump. Ideally, I would want it to have like a song that was either a 9 or 10A here, but it's not the end of the world as long as the songs go well together. And as you can see here on the preview, you will see that I have a lot of hotkeys there on this playlist. This is to kind of help me visualize when I'm about to transition to like a new song, especially if I'm getting distracted and like, oh, the song is gonna be over. I know like when to come in with the new song. So after I have this organized, I'm going to show you here in the performance tab. We'll go to performance mode, excuse me. In the performance mode, it makes it a lot easier to see. So with this current playlist, I'm going to load up this song. Of course, it's going to fail because All right, so I just loaded up the Deixa Fluir song. That's a Brazilian kind of hit. And as you can see here, this is not going to be the first song of my set. The first song is going to be Gira. It's also Brazilian, but I'm going to skip that because when I try to load it, I have this on my OneDrive, or I think I have it on iCloud, so it's kind of like giving me a hard time. I need to re-download it. But I put this Azure because it gives you a better idea of how I kind of pre prep my songs. So for this one, I only have two keys. I have the intro, what I kind of just name it start, and I have the outro. So with this song, we'll see that we have about what, like 40 seconds into the song when I actually start the song. So the reason why I put it to start here is because I'm matching with this one. But does it matter? I think that's the song. So when this song is about to end, right here, it's really slow right now because I'm screen recording and anyways. But when this one is about to end, it looks like it's going to peak on the chorus. That's a great place to kind of transition out of, or at least connect with that song. So that way still have like about 2 minutes left to kind of mix in and out. So that's when this one, the Deixa Fluir, is starting. And then by the time it's already here, this one is already stopped. I have this area to kind of play around, do some mixes and mashups and stuff like that. And then around here, after about like 2.5 minutes, then this next song comes in, Ohiboki. And this one I only have the outro because like the way it starts, it's great. It's gonna start right here, and I have all this time, about like a minute, to mix in and out, changing the keys and stuff, like not changing the key, but like the BPM will be the same. It's going to be all 123, so I will be matching that. I usually play on my all-in-one XDJ XZ right here behind me. And yeah, that makes sense. So, all right, cool. So I don't want to keep this video too long because I'm doing a lot of talking, but I really wanted to share this with you so that way you see how I kind of prep my sets up front, making sure that I'm not missing out on when to exit, when to come in on this new, the new song. So, and that really just goes on and on until the end of the mix. So this last mix, I didn't have, I think it's Your Voice. I didn't have anything because for me, it's like that's the last one. The way it starts, it's perfect with the previous song, Barrio de Folhas. And I just kind of play around. It's about 4 minutes. You mix in, that's the last song. Who cares? You don't have to do much. Play around with the song, do some crazy tricks, some effects, stuff like that. But pretty light stuff, as you can hear on my last set. So that's really what I have.